It's no accident that you're hearing this right now. In fact, if you ignore this revelation, you may miss out on the greatest opportunity of your life. There is something happening in the spiritual world right now, an invisible movement, powerful, divine. You feel like you've always been on the sidelines, as if life had left you out of the great achievements. Always fighting, always trying. While others seem to be given opportunities easily, you live waiting for something to finally happen, but the answer never comes. Have you ever wondered why certain doors always close? Why does it seem that everything you do is in vain? The truth is that there is a promise about your life that has been hidden, forgotten, or even stolen spiritually. But the time for waiting is over. Today, a key is being released. Today, the sky is screaming your name. Today, you will discover that you are the heir to a heavenly and earthly inheritance that will change everything. And if you're watching this, it's because there's a greater purpose calling you right now. You'll understand that there's a billionaire family, a spiritual lineage that has something in store for you, and they're looking for you. But beware, if you leave this video, you may lose the exact time of fulfilling this promise. Stay with me until the end and get ready to feel God's presence take over your body, because today is the day when heaven reveals His name as the heir. And this is not a metaphor. It is a spiritual warning. It's real. Topic 1. The divine call coming today. You are the chosen one. Have you ever felt like you're invisible to the world? As if no one really saw you? As if all your prayers were offered to a silent heaven? God tells you, you have never been forgotten. You've been hidden, saved, because what He has for you cannot be delivered in any way or at any time. There are people who have money. There are people who have fame. But there are few who carry what you carry. A promise directly connected to God's throne. You were separated. Still in her mother's womb, her name was written in the book of life for a sacred purpose. Maybe you weren't born in a cradle of gold. Maybe you didn't receive a financial inheritance from your parents, but you have been appointed by God Himself to inherit riches that go beyond human logic. Your pain was allowed. The abandonment you suffered, the betrayal, the financial crisis, the rejection, all of this was part of the process that would prepare you to carry what many could not bear to carry. Today, God is opening heaven and saying, "Son, daughter, you are the chosen one. You are the heir. You will no longer walk in the dark." The promise is released, but you need to continue to the end of this message, because something will be unlocked in the next few minutes. And if you're sensitive, you'll feel it. Have you ever had the feeling that you have something stuck in your life, as if there were a great promise waiting for you, but that is never fulfilled? You work, you pray, you fight, but it seems that an essential part of its history is missing. An answer, a turnaround, an unlock. This sensation is not just an intuition. It is spiritual. It's real. It's a mystery that's about to be revealed. God has revealed to me that there are people. And if you are here, you are one of them who have a very high material heritage registered in the spiritual world, but which has been unjustly hidden by forces that do not want you to discover your identity. Did you know that there are families that carry billionaire spiritual bloodlines? Riches that are not just symbolic but real. Money, properties, financial opportunities, inheritances that were placed in names, destinies that were prophesied but that over time were stolen, diverted, forgotten. God is saying the time of ignorance is over. Today I open the old books. Today I show you what has always been yours. You're about to learn of something that will pull you out of the spiritual and financial darkness. There is a transfer of wealth to happen. And the resistance that has prevented you until today is being broken right now. The word says in Isaiah chapter 45 verse 23, "I will give you hidden treasures and hidden riches so that you may know that I am the Lord, the God of Israel, who calls you by your name." These hidden treasures are not just in the sky. They are on earth, and you will find that part of them is linked to your name, to your spiritual lineage. But understand, this revelation will only be complete for those who remain until the end. Because the enemy has tried several times to divert you from this moment. You must have felt tired, discouraged, without strength. But now you've gotten where you need to go. That message is the key. Today the mystery will be broken. Today you will know there is a financial inheritance reserved for you, and it will be activated. Maybe no one has ever told you that, but there are spiritual documents in heaven with His name on them. Celestial contracts, ancient prophecies, records of unimaginable financial blessings intended for you. Have you ever felt without even knowing why that you were born for something greater? You look at your bank account. He sees debts, but within your heart, you have a voice that says, "That's not all. I was born for more." And it's true, you were born for more, for much more. There are material riches in progress at this time being reallocated to the spiritual world. Millions, billion hidden features, properties that will be transferred, processes that will be judged in His favor, investments that will catch up with you supernaturally. But you need to understand something very serious. Now, if you are not spiritually awake, you can go your entire life without accessing what is already yours. It is not a lottery nor empty promises. We are talking about inheritance of spiritual right of promise written with the finger of God. The book of Proverbs chapter 13 verse 22 says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, but the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous." You are the righteous one. The wealth that has been accumulated by the wicked will be transferred. Divine justice will be done. And the money you never thought you'd touch, it's going to come into your hands. But it won't be like magic. There will be a sign, a confirmation, and this will start from today. You will realize this when doors start to open without explanation. People start looking for you with proposals you didn't expect, and resources begin to appear where before there was only scarcity. This is the legacy. It is real and it's on its way. Have you ever wondered why at certain times in your life something seemed to protect you without explanation? You were about to close a wrong deal. You almost accepted an offer that would destroy you. You thought about giving up, but something invisible stopped you. It wasn't luck, it was divine intervention. There are people who have bodyguards. Others have lawyers, some access to large banks. But you have something greater. God appointed angels with direct orders from heaven working on your behalf. These angels are not only protecting your life. They are carrying instructions, spiritual maps, codes that will lead you to the inheritance that belongs to you. Do you think God would let you get lost after all you've been through? You cried all nights in silence. You've seen people who betrayed. You prosper while you're deep in debt. You have lost sleep trying to maintain your home, your family, your dignity. And yet, you remained standing. Even without strength, you trusted. And because you didn't give up, the heavens rose. Today, the angels are being released to lead you to the place where the treasure was hidden. It's no coincidence that you're hearing this right now. Starting today, you'll notice small, quiet changes that will intensify quickly. People coming back to pay you what they owe. Financial opportunities coming out of nowhere. Unexpected invitations that will open big doors. Debt cancellations with no logical explanation. It is God's action. It is angelic action making way for what is already yours. Hebrews keyword 1:14 says, "Are they not all ministering spirits sent forth to serve in behalf of those who are to inherit salvation?" This salvation includes spiritual deliverance, but it also includes provision. Because God is not only the Father of souls, He is the Father of destinies. He owns the gold and silver. You need to be attentive because the signs will be subtle. But those who have spiritual eyes will realize the angels are already in motion. And you're about to be led straight to the billionaire promise that's in your name. There are things about you that you don't even know. Secrets written in heaven. Words recorded in the book of life even before his birth. Have you ever felt like life is sabotaging you? As if there is something bigger trying to prevent you from moving forward, like you're stuck in repetitive cycles of scarcity. This happens because the spiritual world recognizes His name. Hell knows its fate, and He knows if you find out what has been written about you, you will break through. You will prosper. You will be a threat. What is written? 1,000, but values that go beyond the limits of logic. You were born with a promise of trans-SH shipment. But that promise has been dormant because circumstances have distracted you, hurt you, tired you. But now it's time to wake up. The word says in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11, "For I know the thoughts I have about you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you the end you are waiting for." The end you expect is just the beginning of what God has already written. It's not just about paying bills. It's not just about getting out of the suffocation. It is about living in a dimension where you will be a channel of provision for others. What is written in heaven will be fulfilled. And God does not make mistakes in addresses. You will be surprised by messages, calls, documents, invitations, and proposals that will come out of nowhere. But they are anything but chance. It is a fulfillment of the word. It's God saying, now the time has come. Have you ever noticed that every time something good was about to happen, a storm came out of nowhere? Whenever you started to approach a new opportunity, whenever you were about to close a good deal, or when I finally felt peace, there was a crisis, a loss, an emotional attack, and everything fell apart. This is no coincidence. This is spiritual warfare. The devil never cares about those who have no destination. He persecutes those who have promise. And if he has tried to destroy you so many times, it is because he has seen what is written about you. He saw that you are linked to a billionaire financial inheritance. He saw that you will be a distributor of wealth. He saw that his name is involved in projects that will support churches, save families, raise ministries, and free lives. Therefore, he tried to kill his dreams. That is why he has surrounded you with false, envious, treacherous people. That's why he made you think about giving up, but you resisted. You don't know how you survived some levels. You have no idea how you're still standing. But even without strength, you continued to trust. And that resistance you had was the key. Hell tried to prevent it, but God preserved the promise. The time is coming when all that has been denied will begin to line up. Businesses that did not work out because they were not part of the divine inheritance will be replaced by proposals that come directly from heaven. And listen to this. The devil will no longer have the power to stop you. Because now God reveals the truth to you. You have a high amount deposited in the spiritual realm, and this amount will be released in the form of real financial opportunities. You will feel it in your spirit. It starts now. As you listen, something inside you confirms it's me. That word is for me. And if you feel that, write now in the comments. I am an heir. Nothing will stop me. Repeat in faith. I am an heir. Nothing will stop me. Because when you declare it out loud, you activate the spiritual authority that was dormant and more. Write in the comments the number 777, which is the prophetic number of celestial alignment. Write now 777. I receive my inheritance. God is seeing those who have the courage to declare. Don't be embarrassed. You are releasing the sky in your favor. There are people who look at you with contempt. They underestimate you. They think you're not going to get anywhere. They treat you as if you were too small, too simple, too ordinary. But if they knew what God is about to do with their lives, they would fall to their knees, repenting of every evil word. The truth that no one has told you is that enemies know who you are in the spirit world. They recognize the glow you carry. They realize the authority God has placed over you, even if you haven't realized it yet. Therefore, they try to discourage you. That's why they persecute you. That's why they try to block everything you do. You've been through this, haven't you? People who smile on the outside but envy you on the inside. People close to you who walked away from nowhere when you needed it most. Lies told about you. Closed doors without explanation. It's not because you made a mistake. It's not because you're weak. It is because you carry a spiritual and financial inheritance that they have tried to prevent from reaching you. And here's a revelation. What you will receive will not be little. It will not be something symbolic. We are talking about a high value, a real financial movement, a wide open door with enough resources to transform your story completely. Companies, investments, real estate, influential people. All of this will start to connect with you as soon as this heritage is unlocked. But to do so, you need to do what many don't have the courage. Stand firm even when everyone doubts you. God is saying, I have prepared a table in the presence of your enemies. They will watch. They'll see you getting what's always been yours. Psalm chapter 23 verse 5 clearly confirms this. You prepa.